Okay. Now, when you hear the word doomsday prepper, you might have the image of the Rambo type guy with the arsenal full of weapons and the off the grid type of lifestyle. Well, that's not always the case. There are many types of doomsday preppers, including the way that they prepare for the worst. And this is important for you to learn because you always need to be prepared for the worst, and you always need to feel more confident and feel more protected for your family against whatever emergency happens. By the end of the speech, I'd like you to know the different types, the different ways, and also the history of the modern doomsday prepper and how that came to be. Now, the definition of a doomsday prepper is survivalism, which is the culture. It's the practice of preparing for the imminent apocalyptic destruction of society. And the actual term prepper comes from their preparation focus to survive through by the stockpiling of resources, pulling escape routes, and the buying off the grid type of lands to bug out, which is their term they use. Now, the Dooms Prepper title itself came from the end of the World War II when communism was taking over Russia and the Soviets. America was becoming afraid, the Red Scare, and people started preparing for the worst. The most modern comes after the Ruby Ridge and the Branch Davidian siege and all that, when people started becoming afraid of the government, and they're afraid that their government was going after people and after their livelihood because they didn't want to go, because the government thought, people were because they thought the government was going after people that could take care of themselves, and they didn't want that. The most modern fear that came up from this century is the collapse of society, of our dependency on networks will be our downfall, because the networks will collapse and we wouldn't know who would survive without it. Okay. Now, many people may only think of the Rambo type person when it comes to survivalists, yet there are many personalities. And I'm going to name off a list, and this is included within the homesteadlaunch.com website. And it's kind of fun. There's the pantry prepping pros, which are the people that have the idea of survivalism as stocking your pantry full of cans, which is probably like your stereotypical like soccer mom loving to stockpile. And the nutball conspiracy theorists, which are like they're preparing for like the second ice age or the nuclear invasion or aliens invasion. It's your Hollywood movie types like Independence Day or 2012, those type of movies, those type of people. And the tactical hoorahs, where they treat everything like a battlefield. Those are your ex-military. They like stockpiling weapons and blowing things up. And then there's your woodworking primitive skills, and these are the hippies. They make their own clothes, they make their own supplies, they live off the land, they pretty much make everything. They're at one with Mother Earth sort of people. There's the camping and hunting nuts who love the outdoors. They love spending time outdoors, they love hunting, and they just love hiding in bushes and the adventure of making do and do out. So they pretty much love being one with the wilderness, I guess so sort of say. There's the off the grid homesteaders, which is probably more of the doomsday type you would think of. They live and breathe their preps. They are completely off the grid. So like if the grid goes down, then it doesn't change their views. It doesn't change how they operate, because they have the means of providing their own energy, their water, their food. They're resilient, and like I said, they don't really change once everything else happens. There's the right wing extremists, and they're the government's taking away the freedom. Everything's a conspiracy. Everyone's sheeple, all that stuff. And the less government, the better. The Boy Scouts, surprisingly, is part of it. They're close to the camping and hunting wilderness people. They have survival based off of like passing off the merit badges associated with the proper way to make a fire, how to make a trap, make camp, how to read a map, splitting wood, and all that good stuff. Now, not only does the world cease to, not only, no one really knows when the world is going to cease to exist. No. And yet the person with the abilities and knowledge of what to do when this exists could be better off than the person that doesn't, obviously. Now, these are some ways that our survivalists will probably know just the basic skills. Like the water preparation, you stockpile your water. Purifying is very important. And collection method, like collecting rainwater, is pretty important. Shelter and clothing is pretty important too. You know, like you can have branches. You might want to have a tarp in your bug out bag. You know, sleeping bags are very important. One set of clothes because you don't want it anymore to weigh you down, just in case you get wet. You can change and they'll dry you. You still throw boots is a lot better, because they're tougher. And to make a fire, you want matches, not a lighter, because a lighter can go out. Food, you want non-perishable food. Freeze-dried, dehydrated canned goods, stuff that will last for years down the road. And medical supplies is very important too, because just a bandage and a thing of rubbing alcohol can mean the difference between life and death. Antiseptic wipes, gloves, stuff like that. The point of this was to inform you all about the Doomsday Prepper, and so you can learn more about it and their lifestyle, and maybe a little bit ways of how they survive and how they're maybe a bit different. And I will leave you with that. And this is probably some supplies of a bug out bag that they use. See, it has your water and your fire essentials, your food and utensils, and your first aid. And that's just a little fun graph. And thank you.